A much longer journey into the passage of time takes us back 2,000 years to the civilizations of biblical Transjordan. Here, almost lost in the mountain, a narrow, tortuous path leads to a lost world. For this winding ravine is the approach road to the once great city of Petra. On top of this peak, called the Biara, was probably the site of the city of Sela referred to in the Bible. Although as both the names Sela and Petra mean rock, they're sometimes linked. Between the hills lay Petra, with its temples, palaces, baths and private houses. Today, the oleander bushes grow among ruins which were once the great capital of the Nabateans, from which, at the height of their power, they ruled the country as far north as Damascus. At the leveled-off top of crags like these, ceremonial sites called high places were maintained during the life of the city, from about the 5th century BC to the 5th century AD. Here, sacrifices were offered to the gods. The palace tomb, with a facade imitating a Roman palace of 3 stories. In these enormous mausoleums were buried the kings of Petra, and the ruins are a tribute to the ancient skill of the sculptors who had to devise a style to suit the extremely soft sandstone. Largest of the monuments, this building is called by the Arab the Dar, or monastery. Many of the tombs are used again today as living quarters by Arab shepherds. However, this tomb, called the Khazne, or treasury, commands the respect due to it. Best preserved of the monuments, the only damage it has suffered has been at human hands. The urn at the top, for example, bears the marks of many bullets fired in the hope of shattering it and releasing the treasure thought to be there. Also hewn out of the rock is the theatre in which about 2,000 people could be seated. The prosperity of ancient Petra, which under Roman occupation became one of the wonders of the world, declined gradually when Arabian caravans abandoned land routes in favor of the Red Sea. Slowly, the lifeblood was drained away, so that by the 7th century, there remained only an empty shell. In time, Petra became merely a legend. Explorers were even unable to find the site until the 19th century, and today it is still undisturbed, a symbol of the past.